Hey! Hi, happy... What is today? Today's Thursday. What's going on? What's going on? I am going to just check real quick and make sure that you can hear me and everything's good and we're all good, and then we're going to start. Let me open my iPad up. Let's turn this on. Come on, Charlotte Riddell Day. I'm excited. I went to the gym yesterday and I'm sore, and it's good because it's been a really long time since I went to the gym, and I need to get back in the habit, you know? I need to get back in the habit. So today we got Charlotte Riddell, and I have a few points on her. Hold on. I'm ready. I got some info. I got some info on today's subject. And this is from the website called the Short Story Project. This is what we did yesterday. This was Eleanor Sleeth. And I was able to find a quote that I was cool with doing, that I thought resonated, and also used like a base that I already had started from the day before. But what's the but? I don't know what the but was. All right, Charlotte Riddell. Let us check out, first of all, let me make sure that you guys can see me and that I can see you and that we can see each other, because I need to check on that first. Live, okay, that's a good sign. Can we hear each other? I need to check on. You can hear me. Yay, you can hear me. Yay. You can kind of see me, but I'm going to try and adjust that because clearly you can see my nose and not the rest of me. So let's do like some minor adjustments and see if that helps things a little bit. You're not going to believe what I'm using as a prop. I'm using my squishy eraser. Squishy eraser is the thing that I'm... Hi! Squishy eraser is the thing that I'm... excuse me. That I'm using to try and prop my camera up a little bit. 1 second. So, let's do this. All right, we're good. Okay. Hey, you get to see what's on my feed here. Okay, here's where I am. Taylor Swift. Starla Moore, Etsy. Taylor Swift. Affinity Photo, how to use. I'm taking some YouTube class on how to use Affinity Photo, and it's extremely exciting because I quit Adobe on October 2nd, and I'm thrilled, actually. Can I just say what took me so long? But I know what took me so long. What took me so long is, you know, I am extremely stubbornly loyal. That is the deal. I was very loyal, and I know Photoshop and Illustrator, and I stuck with it, and I'm really glad that I left. Because it had to happen. I had to rip that Band-Aid off, you know what I mean? Are we going to... Yes, here we are. Yay, we found it. Okay, Charlotte Riddell. Charlotte Riddell. She's a writer. From 1832 she was born, and she died in 1906. She was a British writer. I'm going to read this to you, because why not? It's a good way for us to get in touch with Charlotte before we do her quote. Charlotte Riddell, aka Mrs. J.H. Riddell, was a British writer. She was born in Carrickfergus, Northern Ireland. She was the youngest daughter of James Cohen, High Sheriff for the County of Antrim, and Ellen Kilshaw, originally from Liverpool, England. Riddell was a natural-born storyteller. Before she was old enough to read and write, her mother would write down her ideas, and by the time she was 15, she had written a full-length novel, which was never published. The happy childhood at Carrickfergus came to an end when her father died, and 19-year-old Charlotte and her mother were at once reduced from affluence to very limited means. They moved to London in 1885, where Charlotte endeavored to earn a living as a writer to support them. This experience was later portrayed in her novel, Struggle for Fame, 1883. She published her first novel, The Moors and the Fens, 1858, under pseudonym of F.G. Trafford. After her mother's death in 1857, she married Joseph Hadley Riddell, a civil engineer who worked in the City of London. His business and health had collapsed by 1871, and Charlotte was pushed once again into the role of breadwinner. During her lifetime, cheers, I'm going to have a sip of coffee, Riddell has published more than 56 books, novels, and story collections, including George Gyth of Fen Court, The Uninhabited House, 1875, and Weird Stories. I wonder if that's scary stuff. 1882. I bet that's ghost stories, to mention a few. And became one of the most popular and influential writers of the Victorian period. Subjects covered in her fiction included her native Ireland, London city life, the world of commerce, and the supernatural. Her novels, Fairy Water, 1873, The Haunted River, 1877, The Disappearance of Mr. Jeremiah Redworth, 1878, and The Nun's Curse, 1888, deal with buildings blighted by supernatural phenomena. In 1868, at the height of her success, she became part owner and editor of St. James Magazine, one of the most prestigious literary magazines of the 1860s. I'm just going to break here for a quick second. That seems to be the career trajectory for many of our women writers, is that they either become, one of the writers, one of like the regulars on a literary magazine, or they have a literary magazine, or they're like part owner or part editor or something with a literary magazine. So that's a thing. Although a popular author, she struggled to earn an adequate income. Sounds familiar. However, toward the end of her life, she became the first pensioner of the newly formed Society of Authors. Her last work, Poor Fellow! Was published in 1902. She died at the age of 74 after a long struggle with breast cancer. Okay, cool. So we know about Charlotte. Lovely photo, by the way. And I want to go and just, I want to look at the channel. I want to look at the posts, and we're going to look at our quote for today. So we have two quotes. I think the second one is best. The first one is, "In the bravest of us, there are depths of cowardice that lurk unsuspected till they engulf our courage," which is a great quote. I don't remember where I got that. I don't know if I got that from Quotations by Women, which is an excellent website, by the way. If you like quotes, if you want to find some good quotes to draw, illustrate, to inspire you to make art with, always check if they're in the public domain, though, because that's, if you plan to use it for anything. Anyway, that's just my little disclaimer there. It's a good thing to do. You don't want people coming after you. And you also don't want to use people's work without their, without their okay. So, all of the women authors that I'm using are in the public domain here. So, so I sort of, did my homework on that beforehand. If there's any mistakes, then I did try, and if I did make any errors in my math or dates or anything, then I wouldn't use those quotes for anything else. And what I mean by that is, one of the quotes I did, I'm going to put on a t-shirt, and I forget which one. It's Catherine Crowe. Catherine Crowe. I did Catherine Crowe, and I love the art, and I'm working on it to put on a t-shirt. Okay, so we have Charlotte Riddell. I really like this one. Some people do not believe in ghosts. For that matter, some people do not believe in anything. And I also feel like that is open to... That quote is open to different ways to explore visually different things that I could do with that. So I could make it kind of fun and a little bit silly. I didn't even have a sip of my coffee. Cheers! Oh, I think I got a coffee ground. Okay. A little strong. I have Pete's coffee today. I got a bag of Pete's. It was on sale. And I got it at Whole Foods. And it was like light roast. So I'm kind of a medium roast gal. But when it comes to like Pete's, which is like very roasty, it's kind of super roasty, I went with the light. But I think I put in a lot of coffee in my... I think I put a lot of coffee in there because it's a bit, I mean, for something that's not strong, right? For a light coffee, it's rather strong. I'm just making sure that you're in frame before I start because let's just go in. Some people do not believe in ghosts. I just want to start drawing some ghosts. I just want to draw some little ghosts. Some people do not believe in ghosts. For that matter, some people do not believe in anything. Let's do one up here. Let's do some fun, experimental, creepy lettering. I'm going to zoom you like that. I'm going to turn you up like that. Okay. How's the music doing? Is it like a good volume for you? Is it overpowering my voice? I'm going to turn up my volume just so I can listen. Volume for you? Is it overpowering my voice? I'm going to turn up my volume just so I can listen. Volume for you? Okay. Ooh. We have like a MC Escher thing happening. With my video. Some people... If you know what I mean. I meant I could hear. It was like looking into a screen and then seeing the screen and then seeing the screen and then seeing the screen. You know what I mean, right? Some people do not. Let's draw a little ghost face. I'm going to zoom you a little closer. There we go. Let's see. Some people do not believe in ghosts. Do not believe. Oh, that's a big eye. What happened there? In ghosts. for that matter, some people do not believe in anything. All right, zoom out a little bit. Little zooming out here. I think it's time for me to clean my paper. My desk paper. Coffee. I need another sip of my coffee. So I would love it if I could find... Let's go to Wikipedia. I always feel like Wikipedia does a really good job of getting us more details on people. You know, like Wikipedia is good because it's a little dry. It can be dry, but in general, it's really good because you can get a good wide swath of information about the person. And it might be like TMI, but it's rarely like not enough. You know what I mean? Like TMI, you can edit out what you don't want to read. Let's look real quick. Oh, wait. Okay. Like a fair amount of this stuff is the stuff that we read on the other website. Okay. Her husband died in 1880. After 1886, she lived in seclusion at Upper Halliford, Middlesex. She was the first pensioner of the Society of Authors, receiving a pension of 60 franc a year in May 1901. She died from cancer in Ashford, Kent on 24 September 1906. Okay. Assessment. Mrs. Riddell, by making commerce the theme of many of her novels, introduced a new element into English fiction, although Balzac had naturalized it in the French novel. She was intimately acquainted with the topography of the city of London, where the scenes of her novels were often laid. At the same time, she possessed a rare power of describing the places of which she had no first-hand knowledge. When she wrote The Moors and the Fens, she had never seen the district. Okay, so that was part of her secret sauce, was being able to describe places that she had never been or seen. Some people do not believe in ghosts, for that matter. Some people do not believe in anything. Oh, uh-oh. My O and my P touched. That's really not my favorite thing. But that's okay. Let's try and balance it by making this S a little thicker. That might help. Maybe the M. Make our M a little thicker, maybe. Closer to the O. Okay. Do not. I'm going to do not similar to how it is up there. Famous last words, but we're going to try. We're going to attempt to do that. That's the plan. So far, so good. Believe. I'm going to try and vary my weight of my letters here. it in anything. How do we want to do anything? Anything. Yeah, okay. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do the whole word. You know what I mean. I'm going to not separate anything. But first, let's have a sip of coffee, shall we? Cheers. Okay, let's see here. I'm going to turn my paper a little bit though, because sometimes that really does help with keeping the organic kind of vibe. Oh, no, that didn't help there. All right, that's going to be an extra fat T. That's okay. Sometimes, you know, gives old character, right? I'm turning my page back. I'm turning my page back. There we go. Okay. Some people do not believe in ghosts. For that matter, some people do not believe in anything. And this is Charlotte Riddell. Let's do her name here. I'm going to do a big L, R, I, D, D, E, L, L. Oh, whoa, what's happening with this E? Oh my gosh. What's going on here? Ah. Okay. Okay. Let's do this. I like that. Okay. Hold on. I want to do some wacky stuff with the H too. All right. And then just refine our little design here. Okay. Now let us move the iPad, shall we? Let us move the iPad over here. Put this here. Just doing a little skull picture here. And just getting a little experimental here. Let's make a skull that looks like a ghost, or a ghost that looks like a skull. I wonder what the, I wonder where, like, you know how, like, in the movie Scrooge, the ghosts have chains on them? Where did this originate? I wonder. Like, who started this? Who started the ghosts with chains thing? Very curious. I should really look that up. That would be a great thing to find out. Because it came from somewhere, you know? It certainly came from somewhere. Let's do another skull over here. So I learned something this morning. I think yesterday I mentioned that I'm looking into, not even more than looking into, that I've been setting up my setup so that I could go live both vertically and horizontally at the same time. I found out this morning, and I think I kind of heard from someone somewhere in a video or somewhere that they were doing this, that this was happening, that it would be happening at some point, that YouTube was going to be creating a way for us to be able to do this without having to, you know, use plugins and stuff like that. And I got an email this morning, you know, just like one of those kind of blanket, you know, here's what's going on this month emails. And I'm gonna have a sip of my coffee. Cheers. And my mug is by Riverstone Pottery, and they just came out with a they just did a new release. Hope Thomas is the artist. So if you like my mug, definitely pop over there, and if you like something and you want it, you should grab it because they're going to sell out. They always do. They're expensive though. So, you know, handmade pottery. It's like you're drinking art. You're drinking out of a art every day. So keep that in mind. They are spendy. They're a treat. They're definitely a treat to yourself. You know what I mean? Which is nice. But they're not. I like that because you can use it every day, right? It's your special everyday thing, but it's also kind of a luxury too. So it's kind of a nice way to, you know, have a little art in your day, a little luxury, you know, in a way that's, you know, that you're already paid for. You know what I mean? Have a cute little art. Oh, I kind of like that. Cute little art in your day. Oh, I almost had a spill. Okay, let's grab some pens here. I'm probably not going to use those. I'm really into the pen I'm using right now, but oh, this is the one I wanted. Did I ever, have you seen this? I don't know. If you haven't been on my streams before where I've used this one, it's great. The Sharpie pen. I love it. You know what? I think I'm going to make this like the, one of the, repeating like decorative elements of this is these fat lines. I like it. They're creepy, aren't they? Ooh, how about some skinny lines? Anybody else have Taylor Swift songs in their brain. I've listened to the new record. I am not a Swiftie, full disclosure. I do really like some of her music. But I am definitely not a Swiftie. By the definition of Swiftie, no. But some of her music I really like, and I listen to it to you know, I like her, you know. I'm not a Swiftie, but at all. At all. But I do have a couple of the songs of her new record in my brain. They were just in my brain last night and morning. I really like, well, I hesitate to even say, do I really like it? I mean, I have mixed feelings on it, but as a whole, and I'm not going to sit here and I am not going to review anything, but I do have a couple of the songs in my brain, just in there. Ooh, I love doing these faces. They're so creepy. Some people do not believe in ghosts. Let's do further up. Let's do a nice ghosty face here. Okay, so let me finish what I was saying before. I think I cut myself off about the whole YouTube thing. So it sounds like in the email that I got that YouTube is working, I don't know, it's going to be a new feature soon to be able to go live vertical and horizontal at the same time, which I'm thrilled about. The kind of thing that I don't know what's going to happen is little camera on my head. So I don't know how that's going to work out with going both vertical and horizontal. I don't know if they've, you know, I don't know if they're allowing for that. If they're, you know, it's a question because I have two cameras. Not all the time. I don't always use two cameras, but, yeah, I don't know. Really don't know how that's going to work out. We'll see though. I'm going to look into it, you know, when I have a minute. I will look for details on that. Because I'm definitely going to do that, like, as soon as I can. going to adjust the camera a little bit just so you can see a little better, I think. Back it up a little bit. Okay, let's get a good look at this. Let's see. Where are we? Okay, let's take a look and see where we are. I want you guys to be able to see the whole thing. Just adding some finishing touches now. I like this. Very smoky and spooky. Some people do not believe in ghosts, for that matter. Some people do not believe in anything. Charlotte Riddell. I like it. I like it. I like it. And this was a fun one. I really like the ghosts that look like little skulls. Those are my favorite. This little guy over here. Look at him. Look at this little dude up here. He's just hanging out. He's just hanging out, spooking. He's just doing his little thing. Very cute. All right. I think we're good. I think we're good today. I'm just gonna do a little final, just add a little shadows and some texture in some places just for consistency's sake and just to finish it gently. I don't want to overdo it. But yeah, look at this little guy over here. This little dude over here. Hiding. The hiding one over here. Let's give him some background. Excellent. All right. Well, thanks for joining me today. Hope you liked this one. Ooh, I think we could do it over here. A little more shadows over here. This one was fun. And apparently I'm not done because I keep touching it up. I just found a new soft part of my brush. So I'm just like into it here. You know, sometimes your brush decides to do certain things and it's a gift, you know? It's a little gift that you want to take advantage of. And that's what I'm doing right now. Oh, cool, spooky, spooky. All right, well, thanks, Charlotte Riddell, for this amazing quote. And thank you guys for joining me. And I will be back at 12:30 to do another page in my upcoming coloring book. I'll show you real quick, just to let you see what I'm up to. And show you what I'm up to with this. Turn that light down. And let's see. So we got Night Guard and Fairy Cats, which I am working on. And here's the page I did yesterday. So super cute book I'm working on, and it's going to be about 8 by 8, and it's going to be a coloring book, and that's that. So I'm doing a page a day on this every day at 12:30 p.m. Eastern. Come join me. That one's a vertical. That one is a vertical live. All right. Well, I'll see you guys tomorrow, I hope, for our next author in the Inktober Gothic Female Author Series. And I hope you have an awesome day. Okay? Bye-bye.